What if I told you GTA 6 might be a massive letdown? I know it sounds crazy with all the hype swirling around, but there are real concerns that Rockstar's latest creation might not hit the mark. We are all excited, but maybe, just maybe, we are setting ourselves up for disappointment. Let's dive into the top 10 reasons why GTA 6 could flop. Let's start with the graphics. We have all seen the leaks and teasers promising hyper-realistic visuals, but here's the thing. Too much realism can actually be a bad thing. One former Rockstar developer thinks we will likely never see a technological jump like we did between GTA 2 and 3 or San Andreas and GTA 4 ever again, and suggests some prospective GTA 6 players could be a little disappointed with the upcoming game as a result. The charm of GTA has always been its slightly exaggerated, larger than life world. If GTA 6 tried too hard to mimic real life, we might lose that unique, playful essence that made the previous game so much fun. Let's dive deeper into this. Think about the appeal of the older GTA games. It was not just about the graphics, but the style, the flair, the way the world felt both real and surreal at the same time. Games like GTA Vice City had a vibrant, almost cartoonish quality that made every moment feel larger than life. By pushing for ultra realism, Rockstar risks crossing the line into uncanny valley territory, where things look too real and yet not real enough, making them unsettling rather than enjoyable. Moreover, hyper-realistic graphics demands a lot from both the game developers and the player's hardware. Not everyone has the latest gaming rig or next-generation console. If GTA 6 sets the bar too high, it might alienate a significant portion of its player base who simply can't run the game smoothly. This can lead to frustration and a sense of exclusion among fans who has been waiting years for this release. Next up, the overhype. We have been bombarded with the tiny leaks and tidbits from GTA Online, and while they build excitement, they also set up for unrealistic expectations. It's easy to get caught up in the hype, but remember, not everything we hear will make it into the final game. When the actual game doesn't match the mountains of speculation, disappointment is almost inevitable. Let's talk about the nature of these leaks. Every small detail, whether it's a new vehicle, a minor character, or a snippet of the map, gets blown out of proportion. Fans start building elaborate theories around these crumbs of information, and before you know it, there's a whole lore and set of expectations that Rockstar never intended. When the game is finally released and those expectations are not met, it leads to a massive letdown. This cycle of hype and disappointment is not new. We have seen it with other big releases like Cyberpunk 2077. The pre-release buzz was astronomical, but the final product couldn't live up to the towering expectations. Gamers felt misled and disappointed. Rockstar needs to manage this better, but the reality is fans are going to hype every small detail, and that sets up GTA 6 for a tough reception. Now let's talk about the storyline. This time we are getting a first-time female protagonist, which is awesome, but many players are already comparing this to past GTA storylines and even to other games like Tomb Raider. Such comparisons can be unfair and lead to disappointment. Every GTA game has its own unique flavor, and expecting GTA 6 to be just like the others can set us up for dissatisfaction. Embrace the new narrative and let it stand on its own. The comparison game is a dangerous one. It's natural for fans to look back at the glory days of previous installments, but this can create unrealistic standards. For instance, the shift from male protagonist to a female one is a significant change, and it's one that should be welcomed. However, if players constantly compare her story to iconic characters like Tommy Vercetti or Carl Johnson, they might miss out the unique narrative GTA 6 is trying to present. Additionally, the new protagonist storyline will inevitably be compared to games like Tomb Raider, which is not fair. Lara Croft adventures are rooted in different mechanics and storytelling approaches. GTA 6 female lead should be seen through the lens of GTA universe, not other gaming franchise. Constant comparisons can overshadow the character's potential and the fresh direction Rockstar is taking. Speaking of the past, there's a huge nostalgia factors at play. Many fans are hoping to revisit the same places and characters from the old Vice City, but Rockstar has always pushed forward with new settings and stories. If you're expecting a complete throwback, you might be in for letdown. The game needs to evolve, and clinging too tightly to the past can cloud our judgment of what the new game brings. Nostalgia is a powerful emotion, but it also be a double-edged sword. Vice City holds a special place in the hearts of many gamers. The neon lights, the 80s soundtracks, the iconic characters, it was perfect blend. But expecting GTA 6 to simply recreate that magic is unfair. Rockstar has to innovate and move forward. Imagine if every new GTA game was just a rehash of the old ones, the series would stagnate and fans would eventually grow tired. By setting a new game in Vice City but with fresh stories, new characters, and modern elements, Rockstar is respecting the legacy while ensuring this series evolves. However, if fans can't let go of their nostalgia, they will never appreciate the new experience fully. Another potential issue is the rumor that GTA 6 might not have a clear ending. A lot of open world games are adapting this approach to keep players engaged longer, but it can also be frustrating. We all love a good, satisfying conclusion, and without it, the story might feel incomplete or unfulfilling. An ending provides closure, it gives players a sense of accomplishment and a satisfying wrap up to their journey. Open ended games can feel like they are stringing players along, always hinting at more but never delivering a conclusion. While this might keep players engaged longer, it can also lead to burnout and dissatisfaction. Think about Red Dead Redemption 2. Its ending was both heartbreaking and satisfying, providing a perfect conclusion to Arthur Morgan's story. If GTA 6 skips out on a definitive ending, players might feel like their efforts and emotional investment were for nothing. The allure of endless content needs to be balanced with meaningful narrative arcs. One feature that's been hinted at is the inclusion of in-game social media apps and other real-life distractions. While these can add depth to the game world, they can also clutter the gameplay experience. We play games to escape reality, not to simulate every aspect of it. If Rockstar goes overboard with these features, it might detract from the core experience. Social media is already a significant part of our real life. Including it in a game can feel redundant and overwhelming. The charm of GTA has always been its ability to parody and critique real-world elements without bogging down the players with them. If the game becomes too saturated with these features, it might feel more like a social simulation than an actual adventure game. Moreover, these adventures can distract from the core gameplay. Players might find themselves spending more time managing in-game social media than engaging in their thrilling missions and activities that GTA is known for. Balance is key, and Rockstar needs to ensure that these features enhance rather than detract from the overall experience. Then there's the expectation of real-life physics. Sure, it sounds cool on paper, but too much realism can suck the fun out of the game. GTA is known for its over-the-top antics, flying cars, insane stunts, and exaggerated physics. If the game becomes too grounded in reality, we might miss out on the trademark GTA 6 chaos that we love so much. The beauty of GTA lies in its ability to let players break the rules of reality. The exaggerated physics allows for spectacular crashes, hilarious fails, and moments of pure chaos that you can't find in more realistic games. If Rockstar aims for too much realism, it risks losing unique charm. Consider games like Beam NG Drive, which are celebrated for their realistic physics but are not nearly as fun as engaging as GTA. Real-life physics can make driving more tedious and combat less enjoyable. GTA appeal is in its balance between realism and fun. Too much of these former can tip the scales in the wrong direction. A big part of the buzz around GTA is the multiple protagonists. While this worked well in GTA 5, there's a risk of overcomplicating things. If there are too many characters, it could lead to a fragmented and confusing narrative. Players might struggle to connect with any one character deeply, which could weaken the overall story. GTA 5 trio of Michael, Trevor, and Franklin worked because their stories were interwoven seamlessly, each bringing something unique to the table, but adding more protagonists can dilute this effect. Too many storylines can become jumbled, making it hard for players to keep track and emotionally invest in each character. Moreover, shifting perspectives can disrupt the narrative flow. Players might find it jarring to switch between characters frequently, leading to a disjointed experience. Rockstar needs to balance this aspect carefully to ensure that the story remains cohesive and engaging. GTA has always been a playground for mods and cheats, but with the trend towards monetization, we might see heavy restrictions. If Rockstar limits modding and removes cheat codes to protect their microtransactions, the community could react negatively. These features have always been a huge part of the fun, and taking them away could alienate a large portion of the fanbase. Cheat codes and mods are integral to the GTA experience. They allow players to experiment, break the game, and have fun in ways that the developers never intended. Removing these elements in favor of microtransactions could be seen as a betrayal by longtime fans. Mods in particular have kept older GTA games alive and relevant for years. They have added new content, fixed bugs, and even improved graphics. If Rockstar shut down this creativity to control their in-game economy, it could lead to a significant backlash. Players love the freedom that mods and cheats provide, and taking that way could make GTA 6 feel restrictive and less enjoyable. Lastly, let's talk about the trailer too. The first trailer set the internet on fire with its fresh feel and exciting reveals, but as the second trailer drops, expectations are sky high. If it doesn't deliver the same level of excitement or introduces elements that fans are not thrilled about, the hype could lie down quickly. A lot rides on this trailer, and if it is